This mezzo-soprano singer is born and raised in the Mother City, and she joins us here to show us her seamless vocals and take us through her musical journey. Come have a seat with me, Lauren. Right there, wherever you want. You know, Lauren, it shows that you were raised well. The fact that you were like, should I sit in the corner? Where do I sit? Girl, this is your couch.
Oh, wow, thank you.
What an incredible performance, my love. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Now, someone like me is like, finally, we've got you in the loft because you've been on Expresso, our sister show, but you haven't touched base with us, and we've been yearning to hear that voice live.
Wow, I'm glad to be here. Just a little secret. I used to watch Afternoon Express a lot. That time, Jeannie was still on and all the other guys.
And Bonnie and
yes.
Daniela.
Yes, that was me. I was watching. I was one of your Afternoon Express viewers.
#1 supporters. Well, I'm so glad that you're still a supporter and that you haven't gone anywhere, because it would have been awkward for me. But something that is not awkward for you and something that is just so absolutely natural is your gift of singing. I mean, you started in the music industry, or rather you started singing at the age of 12, coming from a musical background and just truly being brought up around the arts. So what made you then take it a step further and decide to make it a career?
So to be very honest, I always say this, I didn't want to sing. For some reason, I was like, I'm surrounded with musicians all the time, with singers, but I was like, that is not what I want to do. Yeah. But I think the bug bit me very hard just after school. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go and study, and I'm going to do music. And I loved it ever since.
Oh, wow. I mean, you loved it so much so that you actually studied at the Cape Music Institute.
Yes.
And I mean, going to an institution like that, I can only imagine the amount of resources, coaches that you have to your disposal. And not only just coaches, but you also have inspirations, people that actually impact your physical performance. So if you were to kind of narrow it down to your biggest influence within the coaches that you studied with, who would that be, and how did they impact your journey?
So I had a vocal coach, Amanda Lind. She wasn't connected to the Cape Music Institute. She was my coach after college. And she showed me things that I was like, what? What? I've never heard that before, and I've never known that. So for example, like she told me, something is not right with your voice. You can reach that note, but it doesn't sound right. Something's wrong. I was like, what is this lady talking about? Long story short, she's like, go see an ENT specialist because something's wrong. There I found out I have acid reflux. Yes, just something, a sidebar. And
wait, but I feel like she needs to be a doctor diagnosing you.
Yeah,
like, what?
She could hear it. She's like, because acid reflux affects your vocal cords. It makes it swell because it moves up. So I was like, okay, I like you. I like you. But she was genuinely very nice, and I was always comfortable when we had our lessons, and it was just nice.
So what is it about someone who is like Amanda, and I'm sure there's so many other people that you follow, not only behind the scenes, but some people that you'd be able to interact with? Is it just their knowledge about the skill of singing and music, or is it like you see what they do and you kind of try permeate that and act like that? And what is it about people like Amanda?
I think it's the fact that I can learn from them, and I can take that and not be specifically as they are or do what they do, but take that and put my own spin to it so that it can still be Lauren Lee and not, for example, Amanda Late or whoever else that I'm looking up to. So yeah, that is it.
Girl, I always say no one wants a diet version of like the original person or like a Pali Light or a Pali 2.0. They want you, they want Lauren.
Yes.
I mean, and you are doing you seamlessly. You're also someone who is very passionate about giving back to the community and kind of pouring into different communities, not only the community that you come from. I mean, from fundraisers to walks to runs to. You've pretty much done it all. So do you want to just share with us and the viewers a fundraising event that kind of sticks out to you and speaks to your heart? Okay,
so what I did in 2016, I went over to UK. So Emirates flew us for free, myself and my band.
Hayibo, oh gosh, nam ngifuna ukucula. Hayibo. Niyafly Emirates, okay.
Yes,
listen,
yes.
I think I know my next job in my next life, okay? That's nice.
But that I have to give to my manager. He pulled it off. At first, when he told me, look, we're having some floods over here in Kendal, because that's where it happened, and that's where he's from.
Kendal in the UK.
In the UK. Then I was like, okay, do you think you can pull off the show? And he's like, yes, I can. And he just proved it to me. We had so many sponsors, and it was amazing to go over. to another country and to raise funds over there. But like, I obviously would want to do it in my country as well, but going over there and knowing that I could help, I could help people, it was just a blessing, man. So, yeah.
I can already see the way you speak about it. You speak about it with so much emotion, and you're not just speaking about it as a fact, like, yeah, we went over and it was nice and we got a little bit of a holiday and we were able to give back. It's truly something that's just been so core to who you are, I think I could say, as a person. And I also love the fact that you mentioned the fact that, like, your manager was able to pull it off. He was able to pull off the show, because something that you were able to pull off that so many South African artists just failed dismally is during 2020, of course, we got hit with a lockdown. We got hit with COVID-19. You still had shows, but you were still selling out each and every show. How?
I think everyone was just frustrated of being inside and watching online shows.
Yeah.
Even me, myself, I was like, no, I want to interact. I want to feel that nerves. I want to put on makeup. I want to put on a cute dress and just perform and sing my heart out. And I think that is what I did. And people really wanted to come out and have a jaw. So that was it.
Girl, we were all yearning for it, I think it's safe to say. I can only imagine how pumping those performances are. And you actually do have a final performance coming up. Right now you did a Jill Scott cover, Long Walk, but at the end you're going to be speaking about a song that's very, very true to you.
Yes.
What's that song all about, and what brought you to writing it?
So my song is called Want Your Love, and it's all about self-love. When you hear the song, you'll think that it's a love song to a guy. I was like, no, I'm done with writing love songs about other people or to other people.
Period.
I'm writing it to myself.
Full stop.
It's all about self-love, and yes, it is difficult to, like as I'm sitting here, sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'm over this, I'm over that, but when I go home, I will feel down and so, but now I was like, let me write a song, so when I do feel a certain way, and I should just remind myself, look here, man, love yourself.
Love yourself,
if you can't love yourself, you can't love on anyone else. That is what I always say. So that's why I love the song, because it shouldn't just speak to me, but it should speak to the next person as well, that feels some sort of way about themselves.
Oh, well, I love that. On that same note, if you want to experience an electrifying performance, don't go anywhere, because we still have a whole show to see the other side of Lauren. So you better get your cooking apron on, girl, because we are bringing the heat to your screens, Mzansi. This is Afternoon Express.